Special good morning to one and all, especially those of you viewing GBN TV, Channel 7, Channels 11, or Channels 20. Good Tuesday morning to you. It's the 20th day of December, 2022. The countdown is on. How much is it now? Before just 5 days? Yeah, it's a go. It's inclusive of today. Before V-Day, Christmas Day. Time is drawing really, really near. Those of you who are lovers of the day, I know you eagerly are waiting when that day comes around for all the good stuff that happens on that particular day for your Christmas Day. Whether it's to spend time with family or, the goodies in terms of the food, the youngsters who probably just on their mind thinking about all the lovely gifts that their parents may have bought for them already. Or thinking things they're going to be getting themselves if they be going out to their parents and shop and stuff like that. Whatever it is, certainly hope all will have a great Christmas 2022. Let me say good morning, especially those of you listening to GBN Radio, whether it's in the northern part of the island, or you're in the southern part of the island, or you're in the Sister Isles, Carriacou, Petit Martinique. Good Tuesday morning. Those of you also via social media platforms, whether you're listening and viewing via our Facebook page, I want to wish you a lovely day also. Certainly hope that all is well with you and whatever part of the world you may be. It may be afternoon time in your neck of the woods, evening time. Some folks in some part of the world right now, probably nighttime. Yeah, so you're probably thinking against some disease, but you are tuned in, keeping abreast in terms of what's happening in the beautiful. Let's grab our very first caller this morning as we go to the phone line and say good morning. Good morning to you, caller.
Good morning, GT. GT, how you do?
I'm doing fine as always. I'm doing really good. How are you this morning?
I'm very well, thanks.
Good to know.
And one of the reasons I call early because I don't stay in one area. So if I don't call, then I'm on the road or going to somewhere, then I lost the opportunity. So just in case somebody wondering why I'm calling so early.
Yeah, why she's always grabbing the first call every morning, huh?
Yeah. But you know what, GT? I've decided I wasn't going to speak about politics again for the rest of this year.
And something has changed your whole thought pattern on that now.
Yes, man. I understand. I've listened to Minister Delma Thomas.
Yeah.
And if my mind served me right, before the election, Delma Thomas was cutting pin and nail for Dr. Mitchell. Nothing he would have done or say would have been on the negative side, even if we see that he was wrong in making certain decisions. Because I tell you what, GT, I'm the person, doesn't matter who, where, what, and how. My mother, my father, my children, my grandchildren can tell you if they're wrong. Well, I don't blame them even if they're right. But she was so out to him, but all of a sudden in a couple months, she changed so quickly. What I'm saying is good for everybody to work together, but know the Prime Minister is kind-hearted, he's a people person and so on. Be very careful. Tread your part with extra cautions going to Delma Thomas. All right, I could give you one, I know time. I visit relatives and friends on Saturday. And there is this one person, and she's listening now, she will understand who I'm speaking about. He's over 10 years. There. He doesn't have a wheelchair. He can't walk. He just there. Man, never she make it for all these years to support him with that chair. I see this man on the chair. I say, hey. He say, you don't know what? For all this, and let me tell you, GT, the man is a strong NNP, eh? All how we sit down on the ground there is NNP. And imagine your own people, Gloria Thomas, hats up to you. And you pass and you see, and the man didn't ask you for. And you brought him a wheelchair and others, which he's very grateful because that's what he told me. Remember, I'm not up there. And imagine, so listen, Delma Thomas is, maybe she couldn't give her, I don't know. But let me tell you, let me leave it right there and tread with caution. Secondly, the marijuana thing. I for the marijuana 100%.
What for it? What about it are you for?
Yes, I'm coming to say that now.
Mm-hmm.
When I was in Toronto, I used to travel with the lady that sponsored me everywhere. And we went to Israel. And that's the very first time. This marijuana wasn't popular in Grenada yet, because I remember I traveled St. Ages from Pearls. And they have this, you see the patch. And I don't see nobody smoking on the street, traveling. And they have this specially for pharmaceutical companies, different companies on what they do medication, and we get medication from it, I assume. Now, I'm for it because I understand clearly the good benefit, the good side of it for medication. And they taught us there's a lot of things that we use have marijuana in it, medication. And I know that as a fact. But I never smoke, I never drink alcohol of any type. So I'm not saying that to support smoking. But having said that, GT, now look at the market to make my point. The police, everybody trying to say not to sell on the sidewalk. Grenadians don't listen. So when they're going to give people a license to plant marijuana for medicine purposes, they wouldn't listen not to take it and smoke it on the street and make my wet. So that is
but
my
you still haven't told me what is it you for. Are you for the decriminalization of it or the legalization of it?
For both for medical purposes.
Okay.
That is for medical purposes. And if Grenadians
take another 30 seconds and wrap, please.
If we will cooperate and follow instruction, we could go forward in quick time. However, I had one other point, but I wouldn't make it.
We will share that another day.
They push me to go back into politics. Have a good one.
Have a good morning yourself. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number if you want to be part of To The Point for this morning. Tuesday, the 20th day of December. We're counting down the days before Christmas 2022. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And blessing to everybody in Grenada. I hope everybody starting to stay healthy for the holiday.
Yes.
Forget about spending money while you have and concentrate on the new year, because 2023 will be a year to remember. What I want to call her, the lesson, that's not a lady. She said that we didn't know what marijuana. Marijuana is a black man drug. Marijuana in 1930, if you do the research on marijuana, they did all the research and experiments on marijuana. When you hear what coming out from our leaders today and the condemnation of marijuana, a lot of them who live in today, sometimes marijuana that saved their life with asthma and a lot of things from the grandparents. Okay? Now, in Trinidad, the Indians used to plant marijuana with rice, but some people didn't know. And that is how they grow the wealth with the cereal. A lot of people grow the wealth that way. Marijuana is very good for manufacture. The best can. One strongest vehicle ever made come from marijuana. Grenada was one of the first places they approached to legalize marijuana before Canada. And we're still talking about legalizing marijuana, where we should already done it. Because look at the day Canada legalized marijuana. That was the day they pay off a debt they have for years. They pay it off cash. So when you listen to our people in 2022, with something that already research was done on it since in the 1930s, in the days of Louis Armstrong, and because of music and racism, a white man take it and bring it in Congress and pass the law that it is a drug and it is legal, that God plant that seed in your yard and it grow. Some people dry it and smoke it. Some people use it for other means. Some people cook with it. But a man could take a cutlass and kill a cattle, kill a goat without a license. And he have permission to sell alcohol. By they give him a license to sell alcohol. And when he drink the alcohol, he could go and kill the dog, the pig, the animal, everybody, and get up the next morning and see he didn't do it. A man will smoke marijuana and go in and sit down in a corner and be quiet for the whole day. But then you're still penalizing and saying marijuana getting you mad. What getting people mad? They're not eating right. They cannot afford to buy food. Cost of living is too high. This is what causing people. Nutrition have a lot to do with mental problem. If you're not eating properly, you're going to have nutritional problem. This is the problem we have. Legalize the thing.
All right. So I'm assuming from all that you've said, you are for the legalization of marijuana.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Certainly appreciate it a whole lot. 435-2041, that's the number. Open line edition of To The Point for today. If you do have a comment that you would like to make pertaining to any particular issue, there's no specific topic that we are stressing on this morning, which means it's open line. You are welcome to call and state your views and concerns. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning to you and good morning to your followers.
Good morning to you, sir.
On the different media. I want to wish everyone a safe and peaceful holiday season with the right spirit. We have to remember exactly the reason for this season. You know, frankly, I prefer Easter very much more to Christmas. But at least it's one religious season that generally is observed the way it was meant to be. Christmas has bung away, and I'm not much into Christmas, but I wish everybody the best. Just keep safe. Quickly, the utterances of Honorable Delma Thomas, they are not new to me. In all honesty, we have to accept the fact that she's always spoken that way. I am not sure, I cannot vouch for whether or not she has practiced what she has preached. But what she's saying now is nothing different to what I've heard from her from the time I've heard her speak. So we have to give her some credit, and to me it's a breath of fresh air, and that's what we need as we move forward in this small space here, and as we try to develop our country together. Her former boss believed in dividing and rule, and I could tell you, I was a major victim of that. Although I was not a politician, I've never belonged to a political party, but I have been victimized a lot because of my position on issues. So it's good that she seems to have broken from those shackles, and hopefully she would shine and be the person that we need her to be as an opposition and parliamentarian. Now, the matter of marijuana, we confuse this matter between legalization and decriminalization. We confuse medicinal purposes and social or recreational use. We are not ready for this thing. We don't even have a home in Grenada for people who have substance abuse issues. Where are we going with this thing? You know, and a lot of talk about the prospects of marijuana and what it could do for this country. Is it a food? Why don't we feed ourselves? We have some of the best soil and we're not exporting anything. But we're going to export marijuana all of a sudden? We can't eat it. And let us be real about this thing. And we have all kind of data and all kinds of stuff. To me, with due respect, this is hogwash. It doesn't make any sense unless we have structures in place and we can decide whether we want to allow for medicinal purposes or for recreational purposes. And we have no chance in making money with marijuana, with all the rest of the world already doing it. So we're fooling ourselves and talking a lot of things that don't really make sense. Another thing we have to think about, the rights of those who decide not to use it. Don't they have rights too? Don't they have a right to pure air? Don't they have rights? So we have to be very serious and look at this thing in a holistic way and don't stop confusing ourselves and trying to spin this thing in a way that is not really factual and not very honest. Have a wonderful day and a safe season to everyone.
Thank you also, sir, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. We drew for first break in this segment, folks. Let's take that break, and when we come back, we entertain more of your phone calls here on To The Point for today, Tuesday. We're coming right back.
Let's mingle and jingle.
You mean jingle and mingle, right?
Does it really matter? Mingle and Jingle, the mid-morning program that will drive the Christmas season. Weekdays from 10 a.m. to 12 noon on Classic Radio, GBN Television, and all GBN social media platforms.
It's where the deals of the season are, where the Christmas music is played, holiday traditions are relived, and where all the fun is.
Mingle and Jingle.
Or Jingle and Mingle. Mid-mornings from November 14th to December 23rd only on the GBN network.
Made possible by
Flow,
West Hall Rums,
Hard On Plus,
Judy Free Caribbean Holdings,
Ace Hardware,
Gittins Healthcare, and
Grenville Credit Union.
Welcome back to our listeners and viewers this morning. It's To The Point for today, Tuesday, the open line edition, and which means we welcome your phone calls this morning, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line and entertain another caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I would like to find out when Callaloo, Guava, Golden Apple, Tintin Bush, mint, when were all these things legalized? That's what I would like to know.
You would like to know when they will be legalized, or if they are...
When were they legalized?
When they were legalized.
Yeah, because, some of these things don't agree with some people.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Take, for instance, coconut. Some people can't eat coconut. But do we say that it's illegal? What about nutmeg? Nutmeg has a situation there where they say it has certain compounds that's not so savory, but we don't have it down as illegal. So I'm saying all of the Christians and the people who cry down marijuana, I would like to know, why did the Most High make marijuana? Don't tell me it's the devil and it's a demon and this, that, and that. I'm not about that, okay? Because all the herbs were made for our use. And I'm not going to the Bible. I'm simply looking outside on my window right now, seeing many herbs, all of them for my use. Some agree with me, some doesn't agree with me. I don't say to the Most High that you don't know what you're doing, okay? The Most High knows what he's doing, you understand? And so we must give credit where credit is due and stop dissing and slapping the Most High in his face and saying that what is not legal on his earth or her earth. Let's make it, do well. All right?
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so
very
much. And I certainly do appreciate your comment this morning. And I do get a drift from where the caller is speaking from. And let's leave it at that. 435-2041, 435-2041. We can entertain another caller. Good morning to you, caller. Welcome.
Yeah, sir. I'll call back again. Just in a second. Let me, alcohol by men.
Caller, for some reason, your phone seems to be breaking. I'm not sure if your location. If you could fix that quickly and let us continue, because every 2 seconds you speak, it goes away.
Oh, so not your mentality. Well, okay. All right then.
All right. Okay. If you would like to wrap up, no problem with that. 435-2041, 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point this morning here on K105. And also we're live via GBN TV or social media platforms also. We're live Facebook and our YouTube channel. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome to you. Welcome.
Good morning, sir, and how are you today?
I'm doing fine. What about you?
Okay, I want to applaud the last devotion team.
Yes.
They did a very good job by my area.
And where's your area?
Trees, I always complain about, they cut it.
Mm-hmm.
And devotion on the ground for months.
Caller, you see, you're getting distracted because you have your radio or television on in the background, so you may have to have that taken care of before we move forward. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Well, first of all, I want to take the opportunity to wish all my family and friends a very happy Christmas, and I hope that the new year would be very progressive for everyone.
And same to you, sir.
I want to take the opportunity to extend a very special greeting or congratulation to former Minister Delma Thomas, and secondly, the gentleman from Carrico, Mr. Cox, for the contribution during the last budget debate. To me, this is what I refer to as patriots. They were not just being critical, but they were giving some constructive advice or contribution as to how the government and our national generally should be performing. You see, unlike the former Prime Minister, if I was in his position, what I would have done, I think they refer to him sometimes as the father of the house, I would have congratulated the current Prime Minister, Mr. Dickon Mitchell, on his presentation. It's the gentleman thing to do. However, at the same time, I would also have stated that, look, although you have done a reasonably good presentation, but I have some concerns which I will raise, rather than saying, well, this is what I'm good at, opposition. The country today needs people to unite. It's our country. We are one family. Every man, woman, and child we meet on a daily basis, we must see them as a member of our family. And if we can do anything to assist, we should assist. I was somewhere in Grenville about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and while there, I met a lady, and she was in a destitute situation. And quite obviously, she says, could you give me something? I have so many children, and I have nothing to really offer them. So I said to them, look, all the funds I have is earmarked to do something in particular. However, I will come back, and I will bring a few things for you. Would you believe, I said to the lady, this is my telephone number, give me a buzz. She called. And when she called, she says, well, she would not be home. She's going to be in some other part of the country. I says, when you get to this part of the country, give me a buzz. I'll pick you up and take yourself and your family. Would you believe I picked up that lady on Sunday? I don't know her from Adams. Mm-hmm. I went to a particular place and bought a whole set of groceries to her. You know why? Because she's in a destitute situation, and she's a member of my family. Right. And this is the sort of thing I would do almost on a weekly basis. Right. The government gives me, I think it was something like $2,500 because I've completed 2 years in government. You know what I do with it? I spend most of it going to a particular shop with bags, buy a certain amount of stuff, and just hand it out. This is how people ought to live. But let me go back and just say, despite the situation that Cox has found himself in with regards to this transfer of funds, I want to once again congratulate him and Delma on the presentation. Once again, to you and the staff of the station, do have a happy Christmas.
Same to you, sir. Have a good morning yourself.
Not at all. Bye-bye.
All right. 435-2041, 435-2041. That's the number to be part of To The Point this morning. That open line edition that we certainly throwing out this morning, where you have the option of calling in and stating your views and concerns. And so You have the option of calling, and we do have another caller. Let's go to the phone line and say good morning. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you this morning?
I'm fine.
All right.
Listen, greetings to you, darling. What I want to say about this marijuana. You see, at the age of 14 years I had, and look, I have 75 years now. And the fits, I had fits. Oh, you know what is fits?
Yes, I think I have an idea what you're speaking about.
Yes, I had it. And it's when the moon coming up, when full moon time, Lord have mercy. I don't go to school. I don't know nothing about schooling. That morning, my grandmother take one ball. Jesus Christ. She totally gone. She balled down the place. And thanks God, my Heavenly Father sent a Rasta passing. And when the Rasta hear that, the grandmother said the Rasta make one jump inside the house. He don't have to take out the shoes. He couldn't have time to take out the shoes because he began to come and see what happened to me. Oh, Father. He tell my grandmother, he said, Grandma, your daughter going to be strong as ever. I will bring something to you tomorrow. You know what that Rasta bring from my grandmother? Marijuana. It have to be the male and the female. You can't do it on the female. Both of them goes together. And you see that set of people that raining now, I would like marijuana come to them. Because I tell you what they say, I have so many amongst me too. And these people that having marijuana now, they don't care nothing. They smoking it anyway, and marijuana is not a smoke.
All right. Take another 10 seconds to Jacob and wrap, please.
Yes. So I don't think I'm legalizing marijuana. Please, thank you.
Right,
have a wonderful and a blessed Christmas.
And I wish you all the best also. Have a good one, all right?
Yes, you
all right.
too.
Folks, 435-2041, 435-2041. That's a number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. Open line edition. We're going back to the phone line. Caller, welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
How are you?
Doing pretty good.
No, I'm wishing everyone a pleasant, blessed, and peaceful Christmas. What I want to make the people of the nation be cognizant of is to acknowledge God on this Christmas day. Honor Him with due respect. And let the peace of God reign upon the face of this earth, because that is to carry us through it all. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller, for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. Where there's no particular topic line that we're speaking on this morning. It's an open line, which means you call in. There's a particular thought that you've been entertaining, that you would like to get out this morning. We certainly will welcome it. Just keep within the rules of the program. Let's say good morning to the caller.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning, and good morning to you, listeners and to viewers. There's so many things to talk about, but I want to talk about, respond to something I heard Senator Cox said yesterday, which I think is untrue. He said that it was his government that led the way on the issue of renewable energy. This is not true. The previous NDC government, and by the way, I'm not a spokesperson for the NDC government. I'm speaking because based on my engagement in the process of energy, the attempt for renewable energy. In fact, his government did Grenada injustice by causing us to lose funding for that wind energy project in Carriacou. I represented civil society or non-state actors on an advisory committee at the time that was working on that project. It was really far advanced. In fact, I remember being on a team that went up to Carriacou with the then Prime Minister, the Honorable Tillman Thomas. And after the election of 2013, the government really they did everything, and they caused us to lose the project. Lose the funding for the project. So when he talks about, and NMP led the way, it's not truthful. The other thing about it, give jacket. The then Minister of Finance and Energy, Nathan Buck, unveiled an energy policy, which spoke to renewable energy, and I will say that the issue of geothermal was first touted by the then NDC government, which my organization, Friends of the Earth, opposed and still oppose, and we oppose it. The government, the NMP, when they came in, they were trying to promote that. It's still on the table, and my organization still oppose geothermal, regardless of the government, because the kind of uncertainty that entails in the exploration of geothermal in Mount St. Catherine is unknown, and we have to be cautious in a small island like that. If you have a big place, maybe you could experiment.
All right.
So when I talking about it, people don't know. They follow him. But people have to be consistent. Okay, I'll read that one there. In terms of where we go from here, I think we should see each other as complementary. People were talking about the two Thomases. I think that had it not been for the leader of the NNP, Grenada would have been a more cooperative country. Once you have this gentleman around, it would always be division, it will always be saying, because he's only about himself. And even at the bureaucratic level, there are people who was not allowed to communicate to each other because he fell out with them. I'll stop for here for now because I don't want to abuse my privilege. Thanks.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning here on To The Point. We drew for a break. Let's take it. We're coming back with more of your views and comments when we come back after the break. Stay with us.
That's not how you cross the pedestrian crossing.
Really? One day I just woke up and I saw pedestrian crosswalks on the road. No one really showed me how to use them properly.
Well, this is how it's done. You never cross before doing these things. They might save your life. First, when you get to the crosswalk, you stop. You look left, you look right. If there's a vehicle coming, you put your hand out, making eye contact with the driver, indicating that you want to cross. And only when the vehicle comes to a complete stop, you quickly cross to the other side.
Stop, look, hand out, eye contact. Wait for pedestrian to cross to the other side, then you happily continue on your journey. This message is brought to you by this group of insurance companies, the Traffic Advisory Body, and the Traffic Department.
Ho, ho, ho! It's the season to be jolly, and the NLA is giving back loads of prizes to its loyal customers in its exciting Xmas Bonanza promotion. Yes, Grenada! It's your opportunity to win hams and bottles of wine and rum from November 15th to December 31st. Over 450 prizes will be up for grabs during this festive season. Simply purchase a single ticket valued at $12 or more in Lotto, Cash 4, Playway, or Pick 3, and check your tickets for the word ham, wine, or rum. Play daily for chances to win every day. Prizes are redeemable at NLA's head office on the Carenage on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, starting November 16th, between the hours of 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Must be 18 or older to participate. Terms and conditions apply. NLA, supporting sports, culture, and nation building. Happy Christmas, Grenada! Ho, ho, ho!
welcome back to our listeners and viewers, especially those of you via our social media platform. That's Facebook. I want to wish you all the best. I see you folks, those of you making the various comments. I want to say good morning to you and thanks for being part of the program this morning. Let's go back to the phone line and say good morning to this caller. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I hope you understand what I'm likely to say. I want to say, or I am now saying, that I sometimes bother about the information people are giving other people, especially people who are possibly trained to give information. For example, if one says, or when one says, when you intend to cross the street, look at the driver. Make sure that you he sees you. My question is, the modern day youth, most of them have their vehicles highly tinted. Highly tinted. I don't know if you could answer me. I could almost certain that you cannot see everybody through their windshield. They might be able to see you, but you cannot see the driver. So I'm asking myself now, how are you going to make eye contact with the driver? In fact, as far as I'm concerned, once somebody stands on the pedestrian crossing or a little away from the pedestrian crossing, and they show sign. When I say show a sign, once you stand on the pedestrian crossing, you are likely to want to cross. And no pedestrian is expected to stand on the pedestrian crossing, to stand alongside it then, if they do not intend to cross. So, as soon as a driver sees you on the pedestrian crossing, he should know that he has the right to stop. He has the right to stop and allow the pedestrian to cross. I don't know where this eye contact comes in. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's what the police alleged or told them, the law. But it's highly impossible. I could see people or drivers, some of the drivers, or see them at all. That's one comment. On the other hand, a few days back, people were complaining about a police officer. People saying that they saw with their eyes. What else do you see with? In fact, if you see with your eyes, then you said you talked to somebody and they told you that. That shows you how people lie and they do not understand what they are saying. If you see, you see, so you don't have to ask anybody else any question. And in fact, if these people were highly trained, they wouldn't want to fight. They would use a different tactic. In other words, if they were educated, they would use a different tactic to either arrest somebody or even to first approach them with fighting and cursing. So as far as I'm concerned, education is very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you also for your contribution this morning, caller 435. That's the number to be part of this morning's program. It's to the point, an open line edition, and which means your phone calls are welcome. In terms of whatever comment or contribution you'd like to make this morning. Maybe it's something that you may have seen in your community and you think it's worth commenting about, the positive light of it. It certainly will be welcome. Caller, good morning. Seems that we may have lost that caller there. 435-2041. 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning. How are you doing, sir?
Pretty well.
Right. Now, I've lived in foreign countries for a while, and I'll tell you, there's a level of respect you gotta have for police officers, whether you're right or wrong, and especially in countries where you're a black man and the officer is a white man. I remember we were a group of students studying abroad, and we were laughing and so forth, and we looked at some special service officers, and he reacted, and we had to stay quiet because we might have been arrested or taken away. The level of respect in Grenada, I can tell you that. I'm not saying the officer is right or the officer is wrong, but we have a tendency to just disrespect authority. So, you know, we have to look at that, because I tell you something. In Trinidad and Tobago, you dare not challenge a police officer. In many of the bigger countries, you dare not, whether you're right or wrong, you know. In Jamaica, you dare not. But in Grenada, we think we can tell police officers what they want, we can cause obscenity. Even if a police officer curse you back in America, you have to shut him out. So I'm just saying that, you know, because we take a lot of things for granted here, and we have to be very careful. And it's not saying it's right or wrong, but we just have to be very careful. And you see, when it comes to the law and authority, I think we're just lacking too much here. Thank you.
Thank you also, caller. Thank you so much. And, you know, I certainly do understand where the caller is coming from. I certainly do have first-hand knowledge of that. You know, being in other parts of the world, and you have to have that level of respect, especially for the police. You understand? Because, you know, what we do here sometimes with police, or our behavior for the police, could get you into a lot of trouble somewhere else. As simple as that. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you.
And how are you?
I am doing pretty well.
All right. Gigi, I want to speak this morning concerning some statements I listened to concerning the media. People getting harassed now that if you give somebody something and you put it on the media, is not right. JT, I sit back in this country here and I see and I know this established station for giving out things and putting it on media, NNP responsible for that fully. If they range 100 feet train for you, they put you on social media to tell them thanks. They range out your veranda, they repair your house, you can't see, you don't have food, they put you on social media to say thanks. And you know the thing that bothers me much? The same people what they agree for that then. You know, this is the same people that sign that shouldn't happen now. Because sometimes you go, you give somebody something, them children clothes dirty, them people house don't looking good. But these people then sit back and they agree for this thing. So I wanna what, anyhow, it's good to have change, you know. But I'm so happy for the person that caused this change, that people should have pride and have, you know, respect now that, you know, showed people business and social media. But is the NNP responsible for doing that to the people of this country? Have a good morning, my brother.
Thank you also for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to get on to the point this morning. Interesting in terms of what the individuals have to say this morning, and certainly giving everyone a listening ear. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Morning, GT, season greetings.
Season greetings to you also. How are you doing this morning?
We're not too bad hanging in the name of the Lord, because I mean our aches and pain all the time can't move about as before, but I'm taking it one day at a time.
All right.
But I want to talk on behalf of the police officers. What the master talk about? Yes, no, it is not right for people abusing the law. Because the law is there to protect and save lives. When things happen, you call them, they come to help you. As the police make a mistake in Grenada, people say something about them. They're ready to run their tongue, and when something happens, they call in for help. This is not right. Clearly, the police officers do their work. Everybody's not perfect, and they have a job to do, and they were trained to do it. They can't do the job the police doing. So you must give them a respect and show them some love. Another point I want to make is the marijuana. Please, don't legalize marijuana. It's a deadly disease. The marijuana is a drug. You never go to a doctor and make a prescription for you and put marijuana in it. Although they say it's helping you and you're doing this and doing that. But when they start planting this thing and going all over the street and selling it, children buying it, your children go gone astray. They go smoke this thing. This thing go reach further than it should reach. In America, they say they don't take in America. They put in all of them in jail for marijuana nowadays. When they catch them, they take in all and put them in the jail. Don't say about they ain't doing it, we only Grenada, we don't do legal. Don't legalize that. This is a deadly disease. It has sometimes people smoking this thing. When they hear the police coming, they're throwing the pig food. When the pig eats the pig died, they just fall down dead because it's too strong. This is a deadly, deadly weapon, marijuana. Don't legalize it, please. Let people know that. And the police officers, leave them alone, let them do their work. And this season come, they have lots of work to do because they want a thief and old crook outside there. Those crooks and them, they come in your house and take all what you have, and then they take your life. Let them do their work.
Thank you so much.
But I love the law. God bless you, JT. Enjoy your day.
You too, have a good one. All right, folks, 435-2041, 435-2041. Let's take another caller before we take our final break for the program for today. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning, welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
I need to make two comments, if I may, please.
Go right ahead.
I need to ask the public two questions. One is, what's royal about the prison and the police force? What's royal about it?
Your first question is, what is royal about the prison and the police force?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one is, if they know that when we got to say, especially in the public service, when they form an allegiance to the king and his relatives, if they know how much slaves the royal people had. And now we got to sign allegiance to them. Thank you.
All right, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let's take a break, folks. We're coming back inside our final segment of To The Point for today. Let's take that break. We're coming right back.
COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a new coronavirus introduced to humans for the first time. It is spread from person to person, mainly through the droplets produced when an infected person speaks, coughs, or sneezes. These droplets can land in the mouths or noses of people who are nearby. These droplets are too heavy to travel far in the air. They only travel approximately 1 meter and quickly settle on surfaces. This is the reason person-to-person spread is happening mainly between close contacts. The exact time that the virus can survive on surfaces is not yet known. So it is wise to clean surfaces regularly, particularly in the vicinity of people infected with COVID-19. Hands touch many surfaces, which can be contaminated with the virus. You should therefore avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth, since contaminated hands can transfer the virus from the surface to yourself. When coughing or sneezing, cover your mouth and nose with the bend of your elbow or use a disposable tissue. If a tissue is used, discard it immediately into a closed bin. The most effective way to prevent the spread of the new coronavirus is to clean your hands frequently with an alcohol-based hand rub or soap and water. This will eliminate the virus if it is on your hands. Stay healthy and prevent the spread of COVID-19.
Welcome back to our viewers and listeners this morning. The final segment of To The Point for today, Wednesday, that's Tuesday the 20th. Why am I still something about the Wednesdays on my mind for some reason the other? I'm not sure why, but today being Tuesday the 20th day of December. Let's go back to that caller there, 435-2041, 435-2041. If you want to get on To The Point this morning, make your contribution. You're certainly welcome to by calling this number, 435-2041. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome.
Hey, good morning, JT. How are you?
Doing pretty all right. Pretty good.
All right. Well, I mean, I just about 50 minutes ago I listened to the program.
Mm-hmm.
But I hear the gentleman say that we need education or re-education or more education. And I really think so, you know. Because when I listen to some other callers and the kind of comments and things that they're making, and even the call the police, and we really need education, you know. Education is lacking big time. That's why all these things are happening to us, because it is so lacking. So we accept anything. Understand? So people could do us what they want, push us how they want, tell us what they want, and we have to just tell that. And we need education, man. To free ourselves, say, emancipate ourselves from mental slavery. Man. None other one can free ourselves now. But we do educate ourselves to free ourselves from this mental slavery. And we get ourselves in. And no one getting out of that. Because we under this mental slavery thing. I mean, people can just do us what they want and just stick it up. I mean, it is highly, in this kind of time we're living in, JT, we have to wake up. Imagine the man said that he live in a country, the white man the police and he's a black man and he's just laughing and the police watch him and he has to stop laughing because they will arrest him.
But caller, but are you trying to say that you in agreement with if the police disrespects you that you should disrespect them too? Are you saying that you're in agreement with that?
No. What I'm saying is that our former Prime Minister Dr. Mitchell says at one time in an ad, if you give respect, he said that if you give respect, you show respect, then you will get respect. You understand? Respect go across the board.
That is understandable. That is understandable.
So if the police come to you in a disrespectful manner, you understand? Every action deserves a reaction. If he come to you in a disrespectful manner, and according to how he come to you, he's expecting that all of us are human, so we're going to react. And sometimes we don't know how we're going to react. Someone asks us how you're going to react, but you never know how you're going to react in a situation. You never know how you're going to react. So that was saying everyone needs to play the part where that is concerned. So the police need to play a part where respect is concerned, and the civilian need to play a part where respect is concerned. But I think some people, when they're in a position, they feel that they're in charge, and there's a boss, they could just do what they want. You know, one time I was at a traffic check, and the police officer was doing some traffic check. You know what I say? I rule things here now, you know. I rule things here now. You see what I'm saying? So the time you say that, what are you doing? What are you implying?
Well, it will trigger a reaction from you, right?
Exactly. So what I'm saying is that some things happen and it's sad that it happened, but I think that we really need education. Education is the key for everything. And we need that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you for your contribution this morning. Thank you so much. 435-2041. 435-2041. That's the number if you want to be part of To The Point this morning. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Morning. I'm talking specifically to Grenville. I found in Grenville recently, like the police hands are tied or some kind of thing, because or they just couldn't see directly in front of them and not left, right, or anyway. There's vending taking place all over the town, and particularly around an Indian shop, Sana. There's a lady who does her vending of fries and so. She extends her tent from the building to the road. So you cannot pass on that sidewalk, which I think was made for vendors. Not vendors, were made for pedestrians, right?
Yeah, well, the sidewalks are made for walking on.
For walking on, yes. Right? So you cannot turn that corner. You literally cannot turn that corner because the thing is stretched into the road. So you as a walker, you have to go into the road and go around the corner. But yet, if you have a business in Grenville and somebody pulls up in front of your shop to collect items, the people they're quick. They stay from wherever they are, and they see, and they come with their business to pin your customer there, and always want to find out how long you're going to be here for. And you have a business.
So I'm assuming you're referencing to the police will come up to the whoever stops in front of your business.
And the wardens.
Mm-hmm.
They continuously pestering you, and you have a business that. You have a wholesale retail business, and people are going to want to pull up here, but they always pestering you. But yet the vending is taking place. You hardly can walk. Now they've closed off a whole street, but yet you have the vendors on the pavements, right? Because they feel, well, whatever location they are, they probably would attract a better, income. But yet a whole street is closed off for them. So some people have rights and some people don't have rights. And all those things would always cause conflicts.
All right, caller. Point taken. Have a good morning. Thank you for your contribution this morning. 435-2041. 435-2041. Open line edition of To The Point this morning. You have the option of calling and share your views and concern. Let's go back to the phone line and entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. Welcome.
Yes, Mr. Tennyson. Good morning. Again.
Good morning to you.
Mr. Tennyson, two things I want to talk about. Before the government decide to legalize or decriminalize marijuana, whatever, I want them to be sure that they have Carlton Home ready, and that they have a great extension of the Monge facility. Because despite of how many medicinal properties that they talk about, I was told, a group of us was told by a doctor in the Monge facility some years ago, that the amount of medicinal properties that marijuana has is nothing compared to the ones that are not. And people are just making this big fuss about it because they wanted to smoke. And according to one of your callers this morning, is the smoking of this thing that is dangerous, and that's what most people do. They smoke it. And so when they legalize it, there'll be no control. Just as how cigarette and alcohol and all these things go out of control over the year, this very same thing is going to happen. And this is how people are going to abuse it, because that's human nature. The only time they may not be able to abuse it is if they have Christ living in their heart. He is the one that is satisfaction. People have a craving, and they have all kinds of craving for all kinds of things, and these are the things that destroy them. And so it's only Christ that can change their lives. When they have Christ, He protects them. They have restraint. They have respect. They're not able to run the racket there like that they used to. So we have to step up evangelism. Let the young people know that Christ is who satisfies. Nothing satisfies, because everything you do, you want more of it, because He doesn't satisfy. He stirs up your appetite, but He doesn't satisfy. The only thing and the only person that satisfies is Christ. So when you have Him, you are satisfied. You don't run after things, because you are living a satisfied life. So I want to encourage the nation, turn to God. Accept Christ and let Him rule your lives, so you would not be destroyed by all the elements that are wrong. And that's what is being pushed on the world this time.
Thank you so much, caller. Thank you so much.
For your Christmas.
Same to you, caller. Have a good day. 445-2041. We're moving up to 3 minutes before the top of the hour, which means that's all the time left on today's program. It's to the point. Still can accommodate another caller before we take a wrap for today. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, good morning and welcome. Good morning to you, caller.
How are you, sir?
Good morning to you.
No, the thing about it, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Hello?
Caller, I am here.
Yes, right. Like, the thing about it, look, nobody could never get everything right all the time, right? The police does it wrong at times. Everybody does get it wrong at some point in time. None of us does always right all the time, right? We all is at fault, with the exception of none. So the thing about it is, right, people, right, we're supposed to engage one another. We don't engage each other, the police, right, the civilians, everybody, with the exception of none. All of us supposed to sit down together, right, and engage each other. Talk about the problem, talk about the issues, right, and come up with good solutions, come up with good answers. So everybody want to know what they have to do, everybody want to know what they have to do, what they have to not to do, and everybody going to get their responsibility. But you see, we just not do these things, and this is where we are going wrong. We must engage each other more, and this is where we are. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Hey, folks, as well, we come to the end of today's program for today. As usual, I want to thank all of the individuals who contributed to today's program, whether you called in or maybe you just listened. That's some form of contribution this morning. You contributed by just home and you sat, you looked at the TV, or you listened to the radio, or you did just, as I said before, you called in and made a contribution to today's program. Thank you so much for being part of it. I'll say thank you also to those of you who viewed and listened via our social media platform. That's Facebook. Those of you viewed via our YouTube channel, thank you also so much for being part of today's program. Until we have another edition for you, which most likely will be tomorrow, once the Almighty permits, have yourself a splendid day. That's what we say goodbye for To The Point for today. All the best. Have a good one.